Okay, let's see if it will go live now. Waiting for that stream link. Thank God we're live. Okay. Alright, now I need to just check that I can hear myself. Okay, I can. Hello everyone, welcome to Sleepy Jack's podcast on ALR. Welcome back to Sprint League round 2. I'm taking over because Pyro well, let's just say he tripped, he fell, and he burst his kneecap. He FaceTimed me in the back of the ambulance. He stuck his finger in his kneecap. It was disgusting. And then he started doing some sort of ritual in the back of the ambulance as well. So he's doing well. Anyway, we are waiting patiently. I hope everyone is having a good day. Am I spectating? Yes, I am. Okay, it's not me then. But yeah, I'm probably gonna have to mute probably like 20,000 times when I yawn. I heard Boomer say it was gonna be exciting. But I know it's gonna be boring. Because I'm here. Everything's boring when I'm here. It's always boring on my streams. And I believe they changed it, so there's no reverse grids, which I'm very disappointed about. They were always fun, even if they caused half the grid to blow up. And DNF. And someone went straight away with no setup. They are loving life. Alright, here we go then. And Andy Winters is the fastest. For 2 seconds. So everyone on softs except for Ross Form, who's on the mediums. Currently, ooh, Staber's doing well. Although Joe is not far behind. Oh, Joe has fallen a bit down the order. In fact, he's fallen quite far down the order. Staber goes purple in the first sector. Saeed now second. He's only. Why is Saeed in the Williams? Oh, then no, wait, no, I got confused. And Bloodwave's in an Alpine, but he's all the way at the back. What's going on with Bloodwave? Because Ross is actually almost in the. Ross is quite. Oh no, he's fallen out the top 10 now. And Joe Royale's mate. Oh, Dax has retired. Joe's back into the top 10. Staber has led, I think, since turn 1. That looks like he's going to get pole quite comfortably. Cross the line, and he will get pole by 2 tenths. And then we've got another 7 tenths back to Robin. And Sven's been disqualified. Where's Bloodwave? He's quite far back. I think for every second Bloodwave takes, he is given a penalty point. For every second that took for him to get across the line as a penalty point. Staver on pole then, with Saeed second, Robin third, Alu and Jaguar fifth, Mini turns sixth, Big turns seventh. So it looks like those top 3 cars, the Haas, Mercedes and Alpha, they seem to be the strong ones. Joe P8 after I think he bottled the first sector. Hannon and P9 in the Aston, Andy P10 in the Ferrari, Ross P11 in the Red Bull mediums, Boomer P12 in the McLaren, DDK P13, Noof P14, Bloodwave P15 with 1700 oh, and I couldn't finish. I didn't get a chance to finish. Oh dear, we are dropping viewers. Quite bad. I'm also gonna ask Boomer for the sprint chat. At some point. But here we go then. 3, 4, 5 red lights. And we are away, and why I can't make my words out go. Alright. Alright, decent start. Stay was already away by miles. So he's held on to P2. We've got some movement in the back here. We've got some little bit of contact between Big Turns and the Alphas. Everyone's... Oh, that's Joe in a wall. I think Joe is out. No, that's DDK out. Couldn't survive one sector. What's going on, lads? There is tyres. A lot of people starting on the medium. It looked like Joe was caught up in all that. And he is missing a bit of front wing. So that might be Joe's race already over. But he is holding on to the back of Sven. But the understeer seems to be quite bad. Bloodwave, decent start, 3 positions. Ross into the top 10. I think he forgot that they got rid of the tire, the mandatory tire rule. Or what do you call it? Top 10 tire rule. As behind, we've got Bloodwave getting past Boomer, and up ahead we've got Hallinan getting past Mini Turns. Stables that's a new fastest lap of the race. Mini Turns is going to get back at him. Meanwhile, Saeed and Staber are going at it at the front. I did not expect it to be that close. But Staber's lost out a bit here, and it's going to allow Saeed to get alongside. Or not. Saeed slots back in behind him. Looks like Saeed's lagging a little bit. Well, further back, I think that's, yeah, Jaguar getting up to P3 in the Alfa Romeo. Well, what's the close battle after that? It is pretty much these guys. back in it. It might be Bloodwave and Ross in a minute. Behind we got Big Turns. Looking for a move. A bit dangerous into this corner. Now everyone's going wide. Now Big Turns is looking for a way past Robin. The man who is running on 2 days no sleep. And has decided to do a race with no sleep. And it is costing him. So he now goes fast. Whoa! Actually, back to the lead battle. I forgot about this. And Saeed is into the lead. The Williams proving why it's superior in the race. I think Saeed and Staber are going to be battling all race long here. We've got more overtakes down the order. Ross and Bloodwave. As Staber has gone wide. And there goes any chance at getting back at Saeed. Now he has to deal with Jaguar right behind him on softs. Over that we got Alu fighting with Ross, and it's going to allow the door open for Bloodwave to get past. I think Joe Royale's already got a penalty. He's coming to the pits early though to get that front wing changed. Very tight battle here. Actually, Staber has got back within DRS of Saeed, so maybe all is not lost. We've got quite the train going on here from P5 downwards. As further back, we've got DDK trying to make a move on Bloodwave. It looks further ahead. It looks like Ross trying to get past Ali, but is struggling at the moment. Meanwhile, Big Turns has got past Robin at last, and Robin may get mugged by Hallinan still, but just stays about just ahead. Big Turns now receives his first 3-second penalty. As further behind, we got Ross all over the back of Alu, but is struggling to get past. As you see DDK fly off in the background, that's going to allow Dax to get past. Further up ahead though, Staber has got back within half a second of Saeed, so he's got the pace for sure. As Bloodwave now, and Bloodwave and Ross, oh, they make a bit of contact. Ross turning in when Bloodwave was there, but they look to have gone through it without damage. Back into the lead fight. I do not want to miss any more of this before I get scolded by Millsy. As Bloodwave now gets past Alu. Staber is closing in on Saeed. They're about equal in ERS as well, so it's pretty good. Hallinan now gets past Robin. And Boomer gets past Swen. Here goes Staber. And he is passed as Bloodwave now sets a new fastest lap of the race. On lap 5 as well, so the medium's a bit old by this point. So he's got some good pace here, up to P7. Finally shown why he has the capacity to win. As Robin gets back past Hallinan and is struggling, and it's allowing Bloodwave to catch right up to the pair of them. They go off a little bit, they go wide. Is he going to go for it on Hallinan? He's already out of VRS, he's going to go for it on Hallinan. Up the inside, Hallinan's going to try and hang around the outside. It just doesn't work though, and Bloodwave's up to P6. We've got a yellow flag. That looks like a Red Bull. And it's Noof. He has crashed, but no safety car. Back up to the lead fight. Saeed with DRS. He's going to go for the move. Ooh, that is... You did not want to go... Even though you have DRS into that corner, that is not a wise overtaking spot. He gets DRS again now. He's saving his ERS. Playing smart here. Around the outside, and Staver's going to hang around the inside, and so he's gone deep, but he's going to get a good exit. Meanwhile, Ross and Alu are fighting it out behind. Here comes Saeed. New ERS used as Jaguars into the pit lane. And Ross also gets ahead of Hallinan, who seems to be dropping places. What has happened to Hallinan? He is dropping like a fly. Oh, there is a 5-car battle. That is what is going on. Saber and Saeed are just within 2 tenths of each other. As here goes Dax, around yes, oh, there's a bit of contact, and Alu has to go off because of it, and then he's going to get Ross as well, who I've just noticed Ross has damage. And now it's become a 6-car battle with DDK getting involved. So now Ross is getting mugged left, right and centre with struggling with the understeer. Very close, very intense racing. As many turns goes wide, but he's got the move done. But Ross is going to try and hold on, but he's got Andy Winters as well. He's going to have to be a bit cautious with him. He can be a bit of a... I hate to say it, but he can be a bit dodgy at times as he's trying to make a move in the worst corner possible, and it's shoved Ross wide. Now it's going to allow Boomer to have a go on Ross, who's just a lot of hindering positions and should probably pit right now and get that front wing changed. As we see Big Turns and Bloodwave both come in early. Oh no, not Big Turns, Staber comes in early to get off the median compound. On to softs they go. Andy Winters gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Ross is going to get his front wing changed. How is Joe doing? Where is Joe? He is in the final corner. He's going to get ahead of some of them, but they are on softs. He is on hards. His race is effectively dead, which is sad. Alright, yeah, where is the closest battle? Probably Robin and Noof. In fact, Robin's softs are already quite fired up by the looks of it. As he's pushing Noof through the corner. Goes wide. And Noof's struggling on the older tyres, and here comes Robin on the fresh softs, but Noof is trying to defend with all his might. Robin's going to have a try and look at the inside. He's got the better exit again. Noof is just taking up the whole track. Half ahead, we've got Bloodwave, Jaguar and Stable fighting it out. As here goes Robin, and he's got the move done up into P8. Meanwhile, the battle between Jaguar, Blood and Staber as Blood's attempting a double overtake. Will he pull it off? He's going to get the exit off the front corner. He's squeezed a little bit by Staber. It's a race to turn one, but Staber seems to be ahead for now. And he's got far superior ERS as Blood is flashing. But he is now within that fight for the leaders. So he comes right out next to him and is in fourth. Dax gets 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Many turns have stayed out there, and I think that is the worst call so far. Noof and Dax are onto softs. As now Bloodwave goes for the move. He's going to hold it round the outside. He's running out of ERS. Andy Winters gets 3 seconds for multiple warnings. And Bloodwave is up to P2, an effective race lead. Now he just needs to hold on to it and not bottle it. As now Staber is going to have DRS. He's going to come back at him here. He's going to back off though. He's not going to go for the move. He's going to try and bait Blood wide, but Blood is holding on. But he will not hold on much longer here. So that lack of VRS is going to bite him in the ass. Steve's going to fly around the outside, and so will Saeed almost. Blood breaks later. Saeed's going to get a good exit. Here comes Saeed. He's around the outside, and he's pulled the double overtake off and into the lead. As Blood also gets back past Staber. Meanwhile, further back, Robin and Mini Turns are swapping positions after he's come out the pit lane. Actually, Mini Turns is going to fall out the top of the top 10, I think. Yeah, he's falling out the top 10, as Joe also pits. So there's a lot more ERS here. He could burn quite a bit and get out of DRS if he wanted to. Bloodwave burn. To be honest, if I was Bloodwave, I'd probably stay behind Saeed for a lap or two if I had the pace to get ahead. Saeed's made a mistake. He's going to give Bloodwave the run on him, and Bloodwave will have DRS to get past. Probably might not have been the thing he wanted to do, but it's something he had to do. As now Staber is right behind Saeed as well, who seems to be struggling through the corner exits a bit here. Although Saeed is now going to have DRS again on Bloodwave, and he's going to get back past going into the final corner. And Staber's also going to get right up behind, but Bloodwave has outbroke Saeed and stayed in the lead. Coming back up to the start-finish line. Saeed yet again DRS. He's made the move stick. Here comes Staber down the inside, but Bloodwave breaks later again and holds on to P2. Jaguar not too far behind either on the mediums, but it'll be a while before they start to kick in. We've got a few positions moving about. Both McLarens are now into the top 10. Ross Daxey, Hallinan all fallen out the top 10, as well as Mini Turns, but he should get back quite easily. As well as Alu dropping out the top 6. Robin holding ground. And Big Turns is almost caught up to the back of the lead pack. As Charizard has now joined, he looks like he'll be taking part in the second race. This Bloodwave seems to be breaking low, and Bloodwave has almost ended his race. Very scary. There's Boomer and Swen having a little fight behind. And Big Turns has now got in DRS of the lead pack. The midfielder Saeed now sets the fastest lap of the race. Now Big Turns sets the fastest lap of the race. Ross Fong gets past Hallinan and is quite close to the top 10. So we've got a caution. That's Alpha Ash Jaguar, and he is DNF'd. And it's too late in the race now for a safety car or VSC if they are enabled. I cannot remember if they got disabled or not. But that is a huge blow for him. He was running in the top 5 quite comfortably. Probably had the position in the bag, over pushing, and I think it's ended with a crash in Barry R. So that just leaves 4 cars now in the top pack. Although Staber has dropped out of it, and it's left Saeed, Bloodwave to battle Saeed alone. Now, can Bloodwave deny Saeed the win today or not? I can't remember if he's won yet. No, he hasn't. I remember now. Joe won both races last time out. Can he deny Saeed his first win of the season? And if I was Saeed, I keep mixing them up. If I was Bloodwave, I'd be backing off until the final lap. Which he seems to be doing. Saving up his ERS. Saeed's Has burnt a bit of it, but still is quite a plenty amount. As Big Turns has got a 5-second penalty for track limits. You can see how the Alpine has a lot more pace than the Williams. Let's just have a quick look through the field. Alu's quite close to Andy. Meanwhile, the fight for the top 10 is still quite fierce. Swen's holding on to P8, Boomer's fallen to P10 and has Ross right behind him. Back to the front though. I think Bloodwave will just be staying behind Saeed until the very last corner. With Saeed actually burning quite a bit of his ERS now. And this will help Bloodwave quite a bit. Bloodwave needs to be saving his ERS. And it seems Saeed is burning it all to stay ahead, and I think this is the wrong point of the race. He should have saved it for the final sector. It's put the advantage into Bloodwave well and truly. As we've got more yellow flags, and I think that's Boomer, and he's made contact with Mini Turns by the looks of it, and both are outside the top 10. And Saeed is flashing, which will be music to Bloodwave's ears. As we get another yellow flag, and that's Ross who spun it in sector 1, and there goes the top 10 finish for him. Saeed is burning so much of his ERS. Down to almost nothing, and this is gonna... Oh, if Bloodwave just doesn't go wide though, and he's losing a lot of time through the corners now. He really needs to use everything he's got. He's gonna have the overspeed. On Saeed, here he comes. He's gonna go up the inside. Through the final corner, Saeed's gonna get a better exit. But I think Bloodwave has just done enough to secure the first non-Joe win of the season by less than a tenth. And Stable will get P3 after they turn his penalty. And Dax gets 3 seconds for track limits as well. So that was quite an exciting end. A lot more action than I thought it would be. Who did you kill, Boomer? Who did you kill? And while you're here, give me the sprint chat roll. It would be nice. Bloodwave gets driver of the day. I was gonna say, Jagger, you were having a really good race there, top 5, quite comfortably as well, and just a little mistake, and it's just ended in misery. So Bloodwave wins by a tenth to Saeed. Staber P3, Big Turns P4. Robin gets P5 and is the first of the sleep deprived drivers. Alu Pitt gets P6, Swen P7, Andy P8, Halloran P9. Boomer P10 after a bit of contact with mini turns, he's P11. Ross falls down to 12th. He did get in the top 10, but then bottled it. Joe somehow recovers to P13 with fastest lap. Noof gets P14. Daxi gets P15. He's getting Aston and winning both races next week. Jaguar P16 and DDK P17. DDK didn't even make it out of Sector 1. Poor guy. And now we have a break before Kota. Good. I'm gonna play Angry Birds on my phone while I wait. Ah, we're going again. Ah, oh yeah, one shot again. Oh, and all the viewers leave when we're starting the qualifying. Oh wait, no, it was probably all the people in the lobby. Ah. Ooh, a very sun. Oh no! Oh no, it's F122 again. They're all gonna get blinded down the back straight. That sunset is not good. And here we go. And we got the audio bug, so we've got the beats playing in the background of the quali lap. Which actually I would love an option for it. As actually Andy Winters is leading. Never mind, Staber is. And he's invalidated. And Ross is also invalidated. Actually, cheers, Joe. He's back in the top 3. Hallinan has retired. Actually, what tyre? Everyone's soft, okay. Joe is up and he's fighting Staber for that pole position. He's got the fastest middle sector. Oh, Bloodwave now retires. It looks like he's going to get the lap in. Return to form by the looks of it. And by the way, he's quite used to this car now. And not just from sprint. Oh, Staber's got him back though. It's very tight last sector. Joe's going to get back into the lead. Will he get the pole up to the line? Yes, he will by half a tenth. He gets pole. And we had a whole bunch of disqualifications. Only 11 actually got a lap in. Joe gets pole by half tenth to Staber. Alu P3 about 3 tenths back. Daxi gets P4. Strong showing for the AlphaTauris. Said P5. Sven P6. DDK P7. A lot better than last race. Big Turns P8. Boomer P9. And Charizard, in the one race he does, is P10. New for 11th. Now for the people that actually cheated and got disqualified, we have Hallen and Bloodwave who retired, but I think they DSQ'd. Robin and Mini Turns, Andy, Jaguar and Ross Form all cheated and are sent to horny jail. I should not say. No, I shouldn't say stuff on stream. I shouldn't say horny jail on stream. although Pyrus as well, so yeah. And here we go then. 3, 4, 5 red lights. And it's lights out, and Jaguar gets a drive-through penalty Grand Prix. And it seems Joe and Staber even start. Staber's... Oh, we got the audio bug again for the race. Oh, there's a bit of contact. But Joe is gonna just about lose the position. Staber. As further behind, seems everyone's fairly clean. We haven't had any spins or crashes just yet. Get all the stuff on. What about tyres? A lot of people on the medium, a couple on the softs. And we got a couple of position changes here as everyone's getting out of sync. But Joe right behind Staber. He's had a bit of a rear end loss, but shouldn't be too bad. And here he comes on Staber. And the Haas front wing is glitching at high speed. Oh, he's cut the corner, but that you should get away with that. And up into P1 goes Joe. We've got a few people, DDK and Big Turns having a bit of a fight. And it's going to allow Blood Wave to have a go again. We've got a few position changes behind. Boom is falling out the top. Was Boom in the top 10? I think he was. He's fallen out of it now. Saeed stayed P6. Seems like he's struggling a bit more at this track. Bloodwave now goes up to P7. Up the inside of DDK. Joe Royale sets the fastest lap of the race. We've got Charizard and Big Turns having a little fight. Boomer right behind, ready to pounce on whoever makes a mistake. Meanwhile, we've got quite the pack of cars ready to take Joe at whatever mistake he makes. As we get a yellow flag, and it looks like Hallinan and Ross Form have come together. Hallinan gets a 5-second penalty for a collision. Ross has lost his front wing by the looks of it, and Hallinan lets Ross back through. Back into the lead, and Staber's going to go for the move. A bit of a late defense from Joe, but he's going to stay ahead for now. Side by side. Oh. Staber tries to fight for some room in the inside. Joe's hanging around the outside. Through the right hander, and Joe will hold on. Staber's going to have a look around the outside, but Joe will cover that off, and he stays in the lead for another lap. Staber's going to have a look down the inside of the last corner, but just does not go for it straight away. As we get a whole bunch of fastest laps, I think there was more contact, another yellow flag. Might have been Andy Winters dropping the position, and we're down to one viewer. As Staber dives up the inside, but Joe switchbacks him. And as well in the background, Dax gets up into P3. The AlphaTauri, a very good race car by the looks of it. We've got Hallinan getting ahead of Andy, Robin and Ross, who all pit. As Staber is having a look down the inside. Is he going to get the move done? The camera angles are terrible. Nah, he hasn't got a chance. As Alu gets back past Daxi, but it might cost them DRS here if they keep fighting. Staber's right behind Joe and they're just hounding him. Now with DRS and a bit of ERS. Saber's going to go up the inside. He's going to go a bit deep. Joe's going to switch back in straight away. He loses the rear end. It's quite even going into the S's, but it looks like Joe's going to use a bit of overtake to get back ahead and stay ahead. I think the big question will be who will pit first. Who's going to get the undercut? It is very powerful. Joe, a bit of wheel spin on the exit, but he just does not have the gap to Staber. But the AlphaTauri is quite good in a straight line, but not good enough against Haas with DRS. Well, Joe's going to brake late. He's going to try his best to hold it around the outside, but just does not have the grip. And Staber takes the lead, but not. But he hasn't got much of a gap to work with. Joe will be on him again next lap as Bloodwave now gets up for P4. Looking very feisty in the Alpine. Or Alpine. Staber turning a bit too much there. Now Joe's going to have DRS. Up into turn 1, he's going to go for the move. No, he's going to back out of it. Maybe try and bait Staber into defending. But we'll stick behind him and probably recharge a bit of his battery. As Staber's run wide! Oh, I did not see that at first. He has run wide and has lost a whole heap of positions. Sven now gets past Daxi. He seems to be falling down the grid a little bit now. And Hannon is in the pit again. Now this fight with Dax and Sven is going to go on all the way down the straight. I think Alu though is not close enough to Joe, and the AlphaTauri has got some good straight line speed here. Now, is this Joe's chance to break away? It might just be, but the Alfa Romeo is a fairly competent car. And Saeed and Big Turn's having a little fight, a little scrap for P7. There's actually, everyone down to P8 is all still within DRS range. Looking like a very fun race. As it looks like Boomer and Charizard go back into the top 10 after DDK mini turns. As mini turns retires in the pit lane. Very interesting. Joe needs a good exit here, and I think he's got it. He's got more than half a second. That should be enough to stay ahead of Alu. The quickest car on the straights versus the slowest car. And he didn't even have a chance to catch up. Big Turns and Saeed are still battling it out. Side by side into the right-hander. Big Turns is the inside line and gets the position back. Although this fighting is pretty much costing them DRS almost, as everyone flies into the pit lane. Aside from Big Turns. And they're all racing for the pit lane as Sven's trying to overtake Daxi in the pit lane. So right out onto the soft tyres. Dax is probably going to get held a bit here. And back out into technical P1 he is. As Noof, Charizard and Big Turns all stay out. And Jaguar as well. As Alu now gets a 3 seconds for multiple warnings. That might have just ended his chance at the podium if the grid stays this tight. Though Bloodwave's actually lost a bit of ground to the top cars. Though I think it's still technically P3 as we see Joe Royale make a move on Noof. The sister car overtaking the brother car. So he goes a purple middle sector, getting the softs fired straight up. As now Black Charizard and Big Turns come into the pit lane. Joe has gapped Alu by a good 2 seconds here, and that should be enough as Saeed now gets 3 seconds for track limits. Now, I think Joe has got the race under control now. As Bloodwave is making his move on Alu, and he's got it done round the outside. Fair play. And now he can chase after Joe for the race win. UDK and Boomer on the mediums are going to really struggle now against the soft runners. Black Charizard should have a chance at the top 10 here. Side into the top 6 but does have that penalty. We'll probably lose out to Daxi and Big Turns. Alu in the slipstream has DRS but is struggling. He's got Staber to contend with. He may go for the double overtake, and Alu punts Bloodwave round. He's been nice enough to let him back through, but that still may end up in a report. As that has probably cost Bloodwave the chance at the win. As now Staber is in second with a bit of a comfortable gap behind him. But now needs to make up the gap in front and gets a 3 seconds. Joe just needs to keep it clean as he gets fastest lap. And now Staber steals that. Alanin in the pit lane and retires. He has decided enough is enough, and that is his race over. Rossform now gets 3 seconds for track limits. Saber is using everything, almost out of VRS with less than a quarter of the battery. Joe is close to 3/4 full though. Looking pretty nice. As that is Hans car coming back on the track, it's a bit dodgy, but Not much else happening though. It's calmed down a little bit now. Got a few battles behind us maybe. Even then, those battles are a bit scarce. Surely, Slade has a chance here. And Swen. He's struggling for straight line speed against the McLaren. A little further behind, we got Dax and Big Turns having a little scrap. Big Turns trying to get past, I believe. Dax all out of ERS, Big Turns as well. Big Turns are gonna switch to the inside. Dax is gonna try and hold on around the outside if he can, but I think Big Turns has got the move done now. This has been a race-long fight between these two. Dax almost loses the car, and I think that'll be it for now. Maybe go again into turn 1. It seems to be struggling with the traction. Although he's going to try it round the outside, brakes a bit later. He's going to get the power down. Going to use a bit of ERS, what's left of the battery. Big Turn's going to try and hold on, but just can't into the S's, and Dax is back into P7. Bloodwave has lost time to Saber. Saber is making a little bit of time up on Joe, but it's not enough. As Dax now gets the 3 seconds for track limits. Bloodwave now gets the 3 seconds. I think that's his second set. Might have a little look at the penalties. Actually, no, that's Bloodwave's first penalty. A lot of people only on 1 penalty. That's quite good to see. Well, currently, Big Turn's probably going to benefit most out of all the top guys. As Robin now gets a penalty. I think that might be his second one. Hello, Tyler. I'm half dead, and I got called up late. Not much really happening. A little train from Said back, but not much there. I'm gonna fall asleep in 2 laps. Oh, there's a banging tune on right now, but I don't know if it plays on the stream. I think I might have the in-game set. Swen goes for me with Said and has it done. Well, I think I got the in-game soundtrack playing, but I don't think it plays on stream. But it has currently bugged, and I have some banging tunes on in the background. Well, that was the only excitement I've had in like 3 laps gone. As Robin gets another penalty. No, it wasn't the Skrillex. It's the in-game soundtrack. Robin's 9 seconds of penalties now. Oh, Andy Winters is off the track as well. And he's... surprisingly, yeah. Track limits, Tyler. They've been cutting all the corners. As here goes Saeed, he's trying it around the outside of Swain, he doesn't quite get the move done. But behind we got Dax and Big Turns and Boomer and DDK. And Big Turns holds on as Dax loses the rear end. And Boomer is fighting it out with DDK for the last of the top 10 places. Back out in front. Joe is about to start his last lap. Quite an easy win for him here to extend his championship. Although could have probably had a shot at the win if he wasn't T-boned. Further back though, Saeed's starting to fall into the clutches of Big Turns on the final lap. Seems to really be struggling here. To get yellow flags, and that looks to be Noof Squid spinning on the right hand, and DDK now gets a penalty for track limits. Stacks, he gets better exit than Big Turns, but he's not going to get past. He's trying everything, but just can't get past. Now Saeed's actually caught back up to Swen, and he's going to try and have a shot here. At P5. He's trying to find the gap. He's kind of found it. He's gone a bit deep though. And just can't seem to get the speed through the corner. But further up in front, no penalties. Joe Royale wins to Staber by almost. Staber had 6 seconds of penalties. What? But what about at the end? Big Turns is going to get P5 in the end after Swen and Saeed's penalties. Who's going to get P9, DDK P10. Charizard though gets both of them. Jago gets P12, Robin up next. And then 2 Red Bulls, Ross fell off form. And DDK has left the session. So that gives everyone a... Which puts Alu on the podium. Tyler, just go and sleep off the ganja. Although if you could hook me up with some of it. Joe Royale is your winner. 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4 races. He's going to steamroll his championship. Bloodwave gets P2. Staber should be P3, but left the session before it finished. Alu P4. Big Turns P5, Sven P6, Saeed P7, Dax P8, Charizard P9, Boomer P10, Jaguar P11, Robin P12, Ross P13, Noof P14, and Andy P15. Then the retirements of Hallinan and Mini Turns. Oh yeah, DDK was somewhere there, but I can't remember. But he did finish. He did finish the race. That has been Sprint. I hope you have all enjoyed. Like, subscribe, join the Patreon. I'm going to go and sleep. And I hope I don't wake up for 3 days and then it's the weekend. Goodbye everyone. Have a good night.